Hey, Soul Tribe family. How are you guys today? I hope everybody is doing well. So listen, um, I wanted to discuss something that I thought should be a topic of discussion today, and it has to do with, you know, black women and their emotions and learning to communicate better. You know, what I often find is one of the biggest problems that most of us have, whether it's men or women, we have an issue with black women not listening. There's a lack of communication and emotional intelligence. And the reason why I say that is because I often find that many women, many of our black sisters, you don't listen, okay? That's number one. What you're doing is you're always in defense. Some of you lack emotional control, meaning every little thing that someone says to you, even when it's just something that is constructive, you lose your shit every time. That's a problem. That is a problem. And then not just that, a lot of you think that you're above correction, and you're not. You are not. This is why there are so many failed relationships, because a lot of you make your homes a place of war. Listen, one of the things that you're gonna need to learn to work on is your emotions. We as women, we know that we have emotions, and they're gonna go up and they're gonna go down. And what that means is you have to learn to be self-aware. And when I say self-aware, meaning you know when you're in a shitty ass mood. You know that. So what should you do in those times? Listen, in those times, I know when I'm in a bad mood, I warn the people I'm around. I'm like, listen, this is not the time. Give me my space. That's something you need to learn to do. You need to learn to seclude yourself from folks when you're in that type of a mood. Some of y'all go out here just acting a goddamn fool and treating people poorly because you in your feelings. That is unacceptable and crazy to me. And not just that, another thing that I find very, very disturbing a lot of times is the fact that some of you are out here, when people try to communicate with you, it's hard to communicate with you because you don't listen. You always want to respond. It's like, why can't y'all learn to take a pause and just be quiet and listen and absorb what's being said? It's like that saying says, you eat the meat and spit out the bones. Why is that a hard thing for y'all to do? And why is that a hard thing for many of you not to accept constructive criticism? And I think I understand that sometimes it depends on who's bringing it. But my thing is this. Sometimes there are people that are here to just really wanting to give you some nuggets or some pearls. They're not trying to hurt you. They're just trying to help you and give you a little bit of feedback. It's up to you how you apply it. You see what I'm saying? You got to be open to that. You get constructive criticism wherever you usually go. I'll tell you one thing, and I'm going to give you an example of this. I remember I have a aunt who she had some mental health issues. And it was one of her friends who told her, listen, she sat her down lovingly and said, listen, I think you need to be aware of X, Y, and Z. And do you know, my aunt listened to her. And because she listened to her, she was able to get some help. It's the same thing when it comes to all of our various relationships. People are always trying to sometimes give us information. And a lot of times we don't want to listen. And I understand delivery can be a problem at times. So listen, when it comes to your emotions, you're going to have to learn, like I said, to get those in check, because I think that sometimes some of our ladies are suffering really honestly with some real hormonal issues, which really I think some of you need to get to the doctors and have those evaluated. Because if you're constantly in a mood to where you're nasty, it's sometimes more than just hormonal. You may have some signs of either depression or some anxiety. There's something there that is causing you to be this way. And that is not a good feeling, to constantly be in a space to where every time someone tries to talk to you, you lose your shit. I know for me personally, and I'm gonna share this with you, I remember I've always been a very emotional person just from growing up because I'm an empath. And as I grew, I started to, seclude myself from people when I was in that type of range. And during when I used to have a monthly, I could be a real nightmare for folks. And I'll never forget, someone had told me about a natural herb that could help me called Chasteberry or Vitex, would help with some of the symptoms pertaining to the cycle and things of that nature. So I started taking that, and that helped me a lot with some of those symptoms. But not just that, I had to learn to meditate. I had to learn to also take a pause and tell people, listen, I just can't right now. I need to seclude and be alone. People would come up when I was at work. People would come to my desk and be like, "Hey, can I talk?" No, I'd be like, "Listen, right now, I really need space." Let me tell you what I used to do. Also, another thing at work, when I was in the corporate world, I used to put up a sign of "Do Not Disturb," and that was because I needed to do that to seclude myself even in a work setting, so that I didn't bring my emotion on to other people. And when I was good and I knew I was good, I would take down my sign and be open again. That's how that's done. Many people have to learn emotional intelligence. Our black women especially, some of y'all gotta learn that. And like I said, some of y'all vibe is nasty because you're dealing still with pain. So that's another thing as to why some of you don't listen and why y'all are in these shitty ass moods a lot. Y'all need to heal that shit. It's not cool and it's not cute, especially for women my age that's over the age of 40, that's still in that nasty ass energy where nobody can talk to you. You can't be corrected. That's a problem. So listen, I want you to work on those things. And if you need some tips or some pointers, listen, reach out. I'm always here to, to help the next person, with their situation. That's what we're here for. We're all here to be better. We are better together. But like I said, one thing about me is I'm never going to deal with anybody who has that nasty ass volatile type of energy. Nope. I'll be like, you need to check that for real, because I ain't playing them games with y'all ever. And I mean that. I just don't tolerate foolishness, and nobody should. And nobody should have to be in a place where if you're trying to tell someone something and give them feedback about how they talk to you, how they behave, how they losing their shit every time. I'm telling you, a lot of folks are losing people, good people, because they lack emotional intelligence. And that's sad. And it is what it is. You got to look at it. Are you the problem? And if you are the problem, you need to work on that. Please be open to, listening to people, especially when they're just trying to tell you something that's not to harm you. It's just to make you self-aware. Please become self-aware. Please do. So listen, I hope you guys have a great day. Man, it's hot out here. It's getting cooler this evening. And as y'all see, I'm Listen, I'm in these damn pajamas. I'm ready. I'm ready for bed. I'm ready for bed. It's like, I think it's like 8 o'clock now, after 8. Listen, I'm going to talk to my man and then I'm going to bed. I don't care. Listen, this goddess be needing rest, honey. I keep this vessel looking good because I likes to rest, honey. I hope you guys have a great day. I love y'all. I think y'all are amazing people. And I love connecting with you. I love when y'all respond to these videos because I do this out of just love. This is my service to humanity. To be, now that I am an elder and I'm an auntie to all of y'all out here, listen, I'm here to just vibe with y'all and give y'all some good nuggets because I love you guys and I think y'all Soul Tribe ladies are amazing. But hey, listen, protect your energy and I want you to vibrate high, okay, y'all? Y'all take care. I'll see y'all tomorrow, y'all. Love you, babies.